What is going on, everybody? What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the Cool Crypto Show. Here today, we're going to be doing an AMA with William, who is the lead developer for 100xGems. In case you guys have not heard about this project, there is a lot of great things that are going to be happening in the coming months. So stick around for the next half an hour, 45 minutes, whatever it be, however long this takes, just so you guys can gather some information on whether this is something that you guys want to be a part of. I highly recommend that you guys stick around because William is actually a really, really great guy. He was part of a previous team where he held a lot of great ideas. I'm not going to mention them, not going to market them here, but he decided to start his own project, and I'm going to let you guys talk. I'm going to let you guys hear it directly from him, just so you guys can kind of get to know a little bit more about what his vision is and what his plans are. So let's bring him in. Let's bring him in. As everybody's coming in, though, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys want to stay up to date on all the content we're going to be bringing you for 100x gems, and make sure that you guys hit the notification bell just to stay up to date on all our videos. But without further ado, we got William on the live stream. What is going on, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. We're ready for some food tomorrow.
Let's go. What are you guys having, man?
We got the ham going on. That's a definite for sure. You know, potatoes, gravy, all the regular stuff. So Easter
Now,
egg hunts.
do you cook or wifey makes everything, or do you participate?
Well, when I'm sober, she cooks. When I'm drinking, I cook a little bit.
I think it's the same with men all across the arena, man. Because when I put a couple drinks in me, man, I want to be master chef over here, and I want to do everything as well. But
Yeah, for real.
we're gonna be putting some steaks on the grill ourselves, so it's gonna be an amazing Sunday. We're gonna have a good afternoon, hiding some Easter eggs for the children. I'm looking forward to it, man. We got a sunny day for us tomorrow here in Southern California. How about yourself?
It's like 55. I hear it might hit 70. It's it's actually a kind of a really nice day for upstate New York, so I'm pretty excited about it. It'll be a
Nice.
good day.
Nice. Anybody out here from New York in the comment section? Give me a thumbs up, man. All the New York people out there. We got a couple people here in the comment section. We have Ryan Patrick. Thank you for stopping by, Ryan. We really appreciate you stopping and giving us some support here. We got Old Devil. Old Devil. He's been a member of the Cool Crypto channel for such a long time. So I really appreciate everybody's support out here. T. Costi, Raymond Ayala, also one of my day ones right here. Thank you guys for stopping by. Jonathan Nevins, let's see. Hey, Will. Hey, CC. Good morning, guys. There you go, brother. Good morning. Good morning. So, you guys might see some kids running into this room. This is just a warning ahead of time. Obviously, for those of you who know you have kids, know that there's no boundaries. You have no privacy. I have no privacy in this house, guys. So you guys are probably going to see one or two barge in within the next 15, 20 minutes if they wake up. So be prepared for that. Right, William?
Hey, I've got 3, and they're not very nice most of the time.
All right. So I'm hearing also that we're going to be doing a giveaway drawing during this live stream, right?
Yeah, so we had a buy and hold contest, kind of a fill-in. And also, I just think it draws people's attention. So kind of get people involved. We're giving away 2,000 in native token, 200 last place, 300 next, 500, and 1,000 at current market prices. So that's a $2,000 to people who bought 0.05 ETH or more, up to 10 entries per purchase. And yeah, we're going to give it away.
Good morning, Hopkins Transportation. Ryan Patrick, yes, good luck to the participants. Now, remember, as William specified, this is a buy and hold. Up until when did they have to hold in order for them to be able to qualify for this drawing?
Right now.
So
if you sold before now, you're a hit, because that's what buy and hold means.
So there you go, guys. As you heard it from himself, it was specified that if you sold before the AMA, then you're no longer part of it. So even though if your address gets drawn, because all these addresses were picked out way before the AMA, so we had them ready for everybody. Keep in mind, you will not be part of the winnings. So More of that to come in a little bit. We're going to be doing the drawing closer to the end of the AMA. We'll be verifying the wallet addresses just to make sure that those people did not sell, and just to make sure that it's fair. But let's go ahead and get started. Let me pull up something right here real quick for you. Give me one quick second, brother. All right. So first things first, 100xGems. It's a unique name. Actually, I mean, it's a very common hashtag that we see. I like to think that it's a unique name for a project. Tell me more about 100xGems.
All right. So even starting with the name, so I thought a lot about this. I mean, it's a catch-20 thing. I could have gone with a dog Shiba, some sort of Mimi, and I could have marketed this a lot faster earlier, but it had no representation of my thought process. So 100xGems is not about us; it's about our future. Once we reach 1,000 holders, the goal is to start taking 2% of every buy and every sell, putting into an investment wallet. We're going to have an elected group of officials that are either influencers, crypto analysts, callers, people who have been in the game for a while. They're going to be on our board. We're going to live stream, pick tokens, nurture those tokens, take them apart and vote on them. If we decide to invest in them, we're looking for a minimum of a 10 to 50x or 100x, but we're going to invest our own money into those tokens. Those are what we're looking for as a 100x gem. So our name is basically, hey, we're looking for 100x gems. Instead of the average Joe who's putting their money out there and sometimes hits, sometimes not, let's have a team, pick them. And if we pick them, let's nurture them. A lot of great projects, they have a good coder, suck at marketing, or they have good ideas. They don't understand the space. I know a project right now that is just amazing, but they can't get off a 200K MC after like 6-7 months because they just don't understand everything it takes to go on. So our goal is to help nurture those solid projects into 100x, deliver a safe space, show our own holders as well as new investors and people how to look for rugs. Whether it's basic stuff like, token sniffer, honeypot, but more than that, I want us to live stream, interview people and say, hey, I want your money. And we're like, okay, so tell us your experience. Well, I've already done 15 projects. I'm waiting for that. I'll be like, really? So where are they now? Oh, why my top project made 1 million market cap. Well, so where are those holders? What'd you do to them? Those guys are not going to like me very much because they're farming. They're just really just turning and burning. They got 20 or 30 different projects. They get to X market cap and then they bail. But those holders are sitting there basically like, wait a minute, I just lost all my money because you bailed. So not everybody's going to like us in the space, but the ones that we vet, like the guys who are not afraid of being doxxed, the ones that are like putting their solid effort into the project and they have a solid idea, when we choose or if we vote on them, then we're not just going to invest into that project or buy their tokens, but we're going to nurture them with our experience from the whole team to make sure that they can get to the best place they can. If they reach our goals, whether it's because depending on their level of or what we decide to invest in them is what we project to get out of them, then when we reach those goals, we'll responsibly sell. Let's look at Volt. I expect them to hit a billion MC or 10 billion MC. So,
and they will.
Right. So if we put 50 grand into them, they hit 1 billion MC, we might decide, okay, we're going to pull half out. That's $500,000, responsibly sell, not at once. We're not trying to crash charts here, but then take those profits. 10% will go to the team that's nurturing and pick them as a commission, whether it's an influencer or a caller or whoever the case is in their group. They get 10% commission. They're not doing this for free. 10% will pick a charity. because why not? Uh, but we're going to take the rest of it and we're going to give it to the holders. And instead of getting 2% reflections periodically, and while it's buying and selling, they don't need to get the 2%. But the ones that are holding, you know, 3, 4 times a year, they're going to get a solid bang. And if you got 1,000 holders and you're dropping $500,000 back into those wallets, some of them are going to see $5,000 and $10,000 returns all at once. So it's a solid idea. I think it's got great potential, and uh, I love it. So here we are.
So I actually I have a question here for from the audience. It's actually coming from Old Devil, which actually it's a really good question. So
Sure.
how do the profits get distributed to the holders via airdrops or?
So based on your holder position at the time, it's I've really thought about this. So when we know we're doing these, obviously we're going to have a market value increase, and that's the ideal. We want people to buy. Hey, they're getting ready to drop $1 million into this. We're going to have a market value increase, but based on holder position, you know, we'll have the holders connect to a website, something to the likes of Everrise, so that their token positions will be held. We'll drop those tokens into their wallets, no cost to them at all.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Now, sorry, and then just in addition to that question, actually, this is a really good one too. And then we'll go back to some of the questions that I had pinned for you. This is coming from Ryan Patrick. Will the distributions be distributed proportional to your bag size or equally among holders? So more tokens you hold, does it obviously equal more profit for you, or?
Absolutely. So look, you know, in a socialistic world, everybody gets paid the same. The reality is, you know, you're going to have dust wallets. You're going to have people that might hold a little bit, but they hold $30,000 in another token. Why should they get as much as everybody else who believes and is working? So the proportion of your wallet, the percentage of your wallet is going to be based on your position. That's going to be your position, or the amount of pay you're going to receive when we do these returns, and as it should be, in my opinion.
Yeah, as it should make sense. You know, you hold more, you should be, you should be held accountable for more. So now it sounds like you did your homework on this really, really well before you even launched. So I'm kind of astonished as how you came up with the idea to begin with. You went over, what 100x gems is, and a little bit of your vision, but um, how do you balance now? I know you mentioned to me that you have a family, you have kids, and you have a full time. How do you find the balance to continue to work with 100x gems, and how are you going to continue to provide that same energy so that you maintain your investors' confidence that you're going to keep moving forward?
Okay, so look, I try to be very transparent. My tokenomics are out there. All right. Today, I have to continue to work my full time job. All right. As volume increases, I can dedicate all my time to this. And that's what I want to do. Um, but I get paid once we start getting the volume out there. Look, I'm not taking no money now. Every single dime goes back into this. I continue to put my own personal money into this. I got bank transfers, like everything goes to this. But when we start getting the volume that we need, I'm getting paid. It's point four of 1% of every transaction is my salary. It's in ETH, no chart dropping. You know, uh, yes, if we're doing a million in volume, that's 4,000 a day. If we're doing 100,000 of volume, that's 400. 50,000 is 200. But the reality of that fact is, the higher we're doing, the better I'm doing, the better the team is doing, the better everybody is doing. But it also allows me to work more than I am now. I work my day job 50 hours a week. I'm putting at least 50 plus, if not 60 hours a week in 100x gems now. So in the future, I'll be able to dedicate all my time.
Now, I went over your tokenomics, and I gotta say, I'm impressed with the idea of what 100x gems is all about to begin with. Number two, you made it appealing to at least me, my eye as an investor, because one, you didn't bring out a massive supply that it's going to take years forever to burn or whatever, you know? I'm looking at your supply. You're at 500 million tokens currently, right?
That is correct for circulating supply.
Tell me a little bit more about what your tokenomics look like and how you came up with these numbers.
Okay, so the original tokenomics as they stand now, to be clear, they're not 100% accurate only because until we reach 1,000 holders, the main implications on how they're divided up will change, myself included in that. But basically, 1% of every transaction is going to go to liquidity. We'll never have a shortage of liquidity. If I need to increase it, I will. I don't think I do, but we're not going to be a token that has a big sell and there's just no liquidity available. So that will continue. The increase in volume will just make that go up. The next is the buy and burn. Once we reach 1,000 holders, which we already did. I mean, I think we've already burnt like 10 million tokens early on, just so people know what's up. But the buy and burn wallet will be instead of having it automated, which a lot of projects do, you'll see these 0.01 ETH sells or 1.002 ETH buys, whatever the case is. I didn't want to do it like that. I want to make a conscious decision as that buy and burn wallet gets up there. If someone drops, 10 ETH and I got 10 ETH in the buy and burn, I'm going to buy it right then and there so that we could stabilize the token as we're growing and as the volume increases. And immediately we send it to a dead wallet. Everybody could see it. I always post it. But instead of it being an automated thing, I want the buy and burn to be when it counts and when it matters. Right now, it's going along with everything else to exchanges and marketing, as it should be. Then you have let's see here, buy and burn, team tax, the team tax. Okay, so 2% holder investment wallet, as well as the 2% for the team, is all going for exchanges and marketing. With the exception is I have one mod that I pay, which he's in there around the clock. And I have 5 shillers that I pay. They don't just do bots, but they work around the clock. Those people, like early on, most projects, if you have 1,000 holders, then you might have 20 or 30 active members. And you need to, like early on, make sure that you have the driving attention to stay relevant, people seeing your name out there. So if they see something they like, if it's 6 or 7 times before they make a decision to look, we're always present. So that's being done now. So the total tax, 6%. It's not going to increase. If anything, we might drop it to 5% at some point in time. But I think it's solid where it's at. I mean, I looked at least 200-300 projects. I've looked at projects that do V2s, V3s, V4s. A lot of it all comes down to they just don't do a sufficient amount of tokenomics to stay and support their future projects, or they don't have enough tokens in the supply, in the uncirculating supply to support exchanges and in our future. So this really encompasses everything, I think. I think I answered everything there.
Yeah, so now obviously we know that transparency is the name of the game, especially when it comes to crypto. If you're not transparent, you lose your audience completely, right?
100% agree.
Now with the burn, obviously you mentioned that if there's 10 ETH in the burn wallet, then you're obviously going to burn it out, right? For those people who don't know how to read Etherscan or are not glued to the Telegram 24/7, I don't know how you plan to communicate this to your investors. That way they know, like, hey, this transaction did happen. Will you be providing that transaction hash? Would you be providing the wallet so that everybody can just keep a close eye on it? How do you plan on communicating that to your investors?
So within the tokenomics itself, there is a liquidity swap. Not liquidity swap. That's an incorrect term. There's a swap and liquefy built into the wallet. So a lot of your projects, they have to sell their native token to pay for things. Within ours, every set number that we achieve, the contract will make a sell and convert that to ETH on a regular basis all the time. That includes in the buy and burn. So when we reach those goals, we will, and I have already posted it in the past within the Telegram. I make it very transparent, But when we make a purchase, I immediately say, hey, I bought, here's a transaction code. I drop it in Telegram, and then I send it to a well-known dead wallet that's got like $24 million in ETH in it that a lot of projects use as a dead wallet. So we take those transactions, we send it to a dead wallet, we post it. But we're not just going to buy when it's not relevant. I think that it's good to keep charts moving as our volume increases, but on days where things are slow, we can make subtle buys and continue to grow. There is no sell wallet. It's just buy. There is no sell wallet. That's the other thing I stayed away from. Um, it's just not necessary. It's just it's how some projects make their money. We're not going to do it.
Nice. Now, obviously, with every good crypto project out there, there has to be a solid foundation, a solid team supporting it and working hard to get it up to where it needs to be. Tell me a little bit more about your team.
All right, so here's the thing. Like the team's being developed.
Okay.
I have had a lot of people that wanted to early on do pre-sales or buy an interest, or be a partner. They wanted to do uh, private sales. Same thing. I mean, I could have raised close to $1 million really without even asking. I had a lot of people in my DMs, some with some pretty big numbers. The problem with that is then your what you as an individual, your dreams or your goals or what you think is the best interest from your experience then gets kind of, well, you don't necessarily get to do what you want to do when that's the case. So I made a decision to do this on my own with my own money. Um, Now, with that being said, uh, there's people that like I talk to on a regular basis, like yourself, Ryan Patrick. Um, I have moderators that have experience. I have a mod that's like been doing this for a long time in a lot of groups. I talk to him on a regular basis. I have my shield team. Um, I have one developer who's still looking to remain anonymous just because he's in like 6 different projects. Um, my smart contract writer, I talk to him several times a week. Uh, he's actually a dev. Two of the people I talk to regularly that has helped me with this are devs from other projects, and they actually bought in because of the goals and directions. As we progress, we'll have a team. I project the team probably by this time next year, probably around 15 to 25 people with everything that's involved. But as of now, I'm driving this car, but I listen to a lot of people. I also am a strong believer of letting the professionals do what the professionals do. I am not a coder. I'm not going to claim to be a coder. I'm not a web developer. Yeah, I could do some basic HTML, but I'm not a pro at it, and I'm not going to do it. My first site was a GoDaddy site. It took me 3 hours. It looked like a GoDaddy site. End of story, okay? But I will hire the people from the taxes and the volume that have a proven track record, doxed and interviewed, that know how to do what's necessary to make the utilities for this project, to help us grow with the experience so that we don't make mistakes. Too bad, because it happens, but we don't make crucial mistakes when it really matters.
And I think I can, sorry, and I think I can appreciate you being upfront about that, William, because there's a lot of lead developers who will sit in front of a camera and tell them, no, I code and I do this and I do that. I'm qualified for this or that. No, and that's why we've seen so many projects fail. We've seen so many people being involved with scams when it comes to cryptocurrencies, and that's why people lose faith in this,
You
man.
can't be a master of everything. Let the pros do what the pros do. Look, I'm a pretty good front man. I've managed a lot of things in my life. I've done a lot of project management. I've been in crypto for almost 2 decades now. Like, I've got some good skills that I bring to this. Failure is probably the biggest skill I bring to this because I've failed enough to know what causes failure and to avoid those obstacles. And one of the biggest one is let the pros do what the pros do, and we'll bring those people on when the time is right.
And I think Old Devil hits it right in the spot, man. Love the team building. It'll get there. I have full confidence in William. Let's go on to the next question. So, and I understand liquidity is locked for 5 years. Is that correct?
Liquidity is locked for 5 years. I was going to lock it for 100, to be honest. Um, I just picked 5 years off the table. I'm not trying to shortchange anybody. The funny thing is, and I learned this with this project, is what you put into it is locked for 5 years, but the liquidity that comes from tokenomics, you got to relock. It's like it costs points. It's like 110 or 120 bucks, but every time, um, if you look right now, I think it's at 91% or something liquidity locked. Every couple months, I'll relock it because you've got to lock the balance of what comes into it. It doesn't automatically lock everything coming from the contract. So I'll continue to lock it. I mean,
Okay.
why not?
Can you briefly describe the importance of lock liquidity to those who may be newer investors here?
Yeah. So, I've made mistakes in my own journey. Oh, well, they're locked for 90 days. They're good. That doesn't mean anything. A 90-day lock just means that they don't have the confidence to lock it for any duration because they don't know if they're going to stand the test of time. Lock liquidity means that you can buy into a project. If you decide to sell, the money's there. Um, Someone can't just drain the liquidity, rug pull you, um, and you lose all your assets. It just keeps things safe for everybody.
And amen to that, man. I mean, we mentioned it earlier, just a couple minutes ago. How many people? I'll be honest with you. Um, I learned the hard way. The first time that I got into crypto, liquidity was not. I didn't know jack shit about crypto, right?
Same,
But
same.
we throw our money what we think it sounds appealing, and little do I know, I'm over here like, hey man, I put in a couple $100s in this project. I think it's gonna take off. I'm so excited. I'm gonna quit work tomorrow. Man, we got rug pulled within 2 hours.
I mean, look, I can't say I'm a gambler, but I believe in go big or go home. Like I see something and it's up, like I'm chasing a green candle and I know it's going to skyrocket. I'll drop 2 ETH and it'll go up. I'll be like, wow, I'm up 3x. And then I see a big red candle and I'm like, but why?
We
It's
got done
going
with.
so good. I don't understand. So, yeah. I stay away from it. And this is part of the education process. Once our site's up, there's going to be an education center talking about different liquidities, talking about why it's good to have things locked for longer periods of time, talking about smart contracts and things that people just don't understand that contracts can allow devs to do with the project. We really want everyone to succeed. This is going to be a holders first token. Our goal is to bring our holders up to an education level where they can make smarter decisions. But even if you're not that guy, like when you got a team of 5 people who've been doing this for a long time and they say this is their picks, yeah, they could still pick the wrong ones, but you have a better option or a better decision process when you can see these people and why they make their decisions and follow their leads.
I agree. And now this is why the DYOR piece is very, very important for everybody. Always, always invest in. I mean, never take financial advice from anybody, not even from me. I'm sorry. I have to do my disclaimer. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always invest at your own risk, but always do your own diligence. You guys have no idea how much of a difference it makes when you actually, put two and two together. Like, hey, is this make sense financially? Is this something that can hold up? Is this something that has a future in crypto? Is this type of utility something that can even grow within crypto space and for people to adopt it? So there's a lot of things that you got to really put on paper. Now, whenever I decide to invest in a crypto currency myself, I have a little spreadsheet that I utilize and I check mark like, hey, you know what? Lock liquidity. Okay, doc steps. Let's look at some of the wallets. Okay, well, what is the taxes on it? What do the tokenomics look like? What is the dev's background experience? So there's things that I'm adding on as I go, as I'm learning myself, as I'm being a little bit more involved in the crypto space, month after month, week after week. So I'm actually taking my time to thoroughly research before I ape into a project because, yeah, it's great. If you can get into a great project during launch, which is almost near impossible, especially when you're utilizing Uniswap, PancakeSwap. Um, Not only gas prices are ridiculous, but good luck if you can get in. You most
Yeah.
likely get in at the top, and then what happens? Big red candle dumps, and you're even at prices now that are lower than what the token launched itself. So,
Over and over again, all the time.
and I'm okay with that. So let's say for whatever reason, let's say if a great project does launch, we hit the green candle all the way up, but I didn't get to invest because I held off on doing my own research. At the end of the day, I still won because I invested at the price that's lower than the launch price. Where do we go from there? There's no way to go but up, right? But
That's the
yeah,
hope.
right? But yeah, just always do your own research, guys. Um, so now, next question. I noticed that the website and white paper for the project have yet to be released. Can you give us a timeline of when the community can expect those items to be released?
Yeah, so we have a website up now. It's not 100. So long story long, initially I had a swap being built. I've spent thousands on it. Um, the dev that was involved, who's done other projects, he was doxed to me internally. Um, he got lost in the woods. He got to the end of it. And when he got to the end with the smart contracts and everything involved, he just couldn't find his way to get it complete. So at the last minute, I paid another individual who is a 4 channel expert, and felt that my website wasn't up to par, uh, but brought me this site. He's good at doing this for short term and interim websites, and allowed me to put into the project the Volt widget. With that being said, this site will be updated regularly until our final site's done. I have a company that I am working with now. They're out of London. So 4747.com. They have about 500 contractors. They develop world class uh, applications and websites. They're they're going to be bringing a lot to the table. They have a marketing team that's presenting me with different ideas on concepts at this point on how to bring what I envision to the table. Um, but they're probably 3 months out. There's going to be a lot of live video feeds, a lot of chat rooms within the website. There's going to be uh, live chats going on all day long, and if I have my say about it, for different things that are going all the time, so people can come and plug into what's latest and what's hot and what's not. um, so I'm going to say 3 months. The white paper, I have somebody like finalizing that. It could be delivered as early as next week, um, maybe before coin tagger. Not going to promise, but it could happen. We'll see. If
Okay.
not, soon after.
Okay. Now, I got a really, really great question for Ryan Patrick, which is what some of the audience was already thinking about this too. Kind of sounded the same to me as well, but I just thought of this. But would you say that 100x gems is kind of like investing in an ETF, exchange traded funds, in the stock market just for crypto instead?
Yeah. So, you know, I'm not going to bounce around about legalities because I just don't really give a shit. Uh, this is crypto. All right. So the truth is, there's nothing like it. Like if you go and you've got cash and you want to go and invest into the stock market, you can find somebody who is good at that. And you can find a team of people that you believe in to help you do that. In crypto, there's only some experts now. I mean, and there is experts now. You couldn't say that even 2 years ago, but there's some experts now. So I think it's very much like that. We're going to have a team that's going to help people make their picks. I think at some point we might have to get bonded because, just like you see at the beginning of every video, do your own research. But when we start guiding people, we're going to be doing some of the research for them. And if they put their trust in us, we probably have to get some sort of bond. But that is the direction we're heading. And I think that's a good example.
Nice. And now, if I'm seeing correctly in my screen, I'm looking at where to buy because this is directly from your website. Has 100x gems officially been vaulted?
Yes. Look, I love Volt. I've always loved Volt. I've probably actually gotten 5 other communities vaulted. I talk to Cassidy all the time, because look, if you want to reach the stars, grab the coattail for someone who's heading there. Volt is heading there. Like, there's no doubt about it. You don't have to like the community, you don't have to love the project, but you're not paying attention. Volt knows what they're doing. Marketing, 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 exchange, exchange, exchange. They're hitting all the marks. Is a great pleasure that I got vaulted. I and it's good for the
And
community.
tell me if I'm wrong. Do they not market themselves really, really well? They have 90% of the influencers that I follow, Bolt, Bolt, Bolt. You got
Yeah,
Please, you got Rodney, you got Jake,
yeah.
man, you got everybody, Pablo.
They're on bicycles, e-bikes, and like I think it's Copenhagen or something. They're on buses. Like, they know you want to reach the masses, you've got to reach the masses, and Volt's got that on in spades. I've been telling people for at least 3 years now. Marketing has got to be the biggest budget along with exchanges. And it should be more than any devs get paid. All your money should be reaching the masses. And Volt is proving that point. It's like they're making my case for me. Great project. Love to be vaulted. I'm glad I am vaulted. And I'm a holder for Volt too. Love them.
Same. And you know what? This is not a promotional video for Bolt, but if you guys ever have a chance to look at what they do, it's an amazing project that you guys definitely want to do your own research on. But now, just the fact that they market themselves really well, even through a bear market, because you don't really see a lot of crypto projects throwing out marketing. YouTubers, whatever, influencers, whatever you want to call it. You don't see them marketing themselves like Volta. So one of a kind, guys. Really recommend this project. You guys really look into it. But now the reason why I brought the whole Volt situation is because obviously, what is one of the things that people in crypto want to see the most? Exchanges, right? Swaps.
Exchanges.
Who are you
Absolutely.
currently involved with? Exposure. We want to make sure that we get to where we need to be, but we're not going to get there if we don't have that exposure. Talk to me a little bit more about how you plan to get the exposure we need through exchanges. Are there applications in the pipeline? Don't give us time frames exactly because obviously we know that doesn't work. But give us some information on exchanges.
All right. So time frames don't work for some people. Um, I'm sorry. That's just the reality. Okay. Uh, from the time I pulled the trigger with Coin Tiger, from conversation start to announcement was 36 hours max. Okay. That's how long it takes. That's this reality. Um, Bigger exchanges, tier twos, you know, it might be 4 days. Look, once you pay them, it doesn't matter. All right. They'll announce 10, 15 days out. With that being said, I'll retract a little bit here. My goal is to get us listed on 30 exchanges this year.
Nice.
Some of them will be small and some of them will launch simultaneously. I can't hit 30 this year if I don't launch 2 and 3 in some weeks. Um, but with that being said, today at this moment in this time, it's volume is really my guiding path. It's driving my car. Don't necessarily like it, but tokenomics tax comes from volume. So until I get my volume up a little bit more, that'll determine what exchange is next. I'm talking to 3 right now. Um, One is a tier 2. Uh, uh, and honestly, all 3 of them has already given me a yes. All 3 of them I've already filed information for, um, but they have to be paid. So depending on now and what happens with Coin Tiger, and depending on the volume and the taxes come from that, that'll decide what the next exchange will be. But we're not going to stop. Exchanges are it. People are like, oh, you don't make any money on exchanges. Well, first of all, some of them you do, not all of them. Some of them will have tokenomics. Google it. There's many, many, many cases where some of them accept tokenomics. But the reality is it gives you mass exposure. We had an AMA with Coin Tiger the other night, and when they opened it up to the community, there was like 2,000 people asking questions. It was overwhelming. That's exposure. That is worth every dime that it costs to buy. But once you get listed, you get on the next exchange, get listed. If you gain 100 holders from each exchange, you do 30 exchanges,
It's a win. It's a win. You have over
You
3,000 holders, so that's huge.
right. So this is how you're going to get to 100 million market cap. Anyone that says otherwise, they're never going to achieve those goals. Um, it's just never going to happen.
Now, obviously, as the exchanges come along, obviously we expect the community to continue growing. So, how do we get connect? How do we stay connected? Twitter, Telegram. What do you have? Working in the pipeline. Is there a social media like through Facebook, Instagram? How
Sure.
do your followers stay connected?
Well, at the moment, obviously we're rating Twitter heavily. I do have an Instagram for 100xGems. There is probably, I think, 5 TikTok videos out for 100xGems. I have secured a Facebook site that is not actually update yet, but it will be. It's a process. You can only do so much. There's only so many hours in the day, but we'll hit every platform. My LinkedIn account is actually attached with 100xGems. Social media won't stop, but my targets are on influencers. The more we can afford, the more we are going to do. You know, I learned the hard way. I opened my DMs up, and there's a 10,000 non-influencers that are claiming to be, but we're going to reach out to the ones that are actually working. Yourself, you're heavily involved all the time. This is a great pleasure, great opportunity for exposure. This here is the kind of exposure we want all the time, but we want to start doing this through many different people before it's said and done every single day. We'll open Twitter spaces up. We're going to have the VC open. Once we have 500 holders, the voice chat inside Telegram will be open at least 3 hours a day at different times because we want communication. We want to bond with our community. Look, the biggest thing you can do in cryptocurrency is to create an attachment, create a family within Telegram, within your holders. Give them a reason that they want to come hang out with you. Trust you, you trust them. You know, some people call it cultish. Look at Satama. They enveloped the word cultish and they prove that's all you have to do to succeed. But that's just the truth. And that's what we're going to continue to do. As we grow and have the manpower, we will be on every social media platform.
Nice. Really appreciate that. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the last question because I know and we still have the giveaway, and we want to make sure we have the
Yeah, I could
audience
talk
here
all
for
day.
that.
You just got to cut me off, bro.
So
My brain
one.
doesn't. You don't know. My brain doesn't quit. I'm on fire all the time. Look, I love this project. I love the people. I'm kind of humbled because we're at 29x from launch, and there's people that just know me, know that I'm gonna work my ass off, and they're just sitting there holding because they know it's gonna happen. So
And that's one of the reasons why I invested. I'll be completely honest with you. I've known you from the previous community that we were with. I heard that some of your ideas weren't even listened to, and I said, you know what, man, I need to jump in now before I regret it. So I hope
amen.
that you continue to bring the same energy day after day. I will always be here to help. Let me know what I can do to help with the community and getting some content out. I'm here for the community. But let me move on to the last question real quick before we do the giveaway. So um, what do you see for 100x Jams 6 months from now, a year from now? Just to kind of keep your investors' eyes here.
Yeah. So I love this question. Some people are going to be telling me that I need to take some medication, but this is the reality. 2 years from now, by the end of this year, my goal is going to be approaching network television. That's my goal. That's going to be my mission. Before this year is out, I am going to be reaching out to network television. My goal is to put 100x gems out onto television, and I'm going to approach the networks. I will get a yes. But at some point, we're going to be on there and we're going to be the Shark Tank of crypto. We're going to have a crew of people sitting behind their little desks, and they're going to be interviewing people that are either looking for money for a startup on a token or wanting us to invest in their token. And sometimes we're going to tear them apart. They're not always going to like it. But how much entertainment is that? And all the same time, 100x Gems is going to be the name seen on that all the time. That's 2 years max. Maybe next year, if I have my way about it. This year, before Christmas, I plan on approaching iHeartRadio, several media outlets. Part of my marketing is going to be targeting Bloomberg reports. Everybody knows they got a family member on some AM channel nationwide that's talking about finances, the end of the world, or whatever. But there's a lot of people that listen to financial reports on the radio. I want to hit those channels. I want to hit them nationwide. Radio is inexpensive. It's something we can have our name out, hundreds of times a week. Why not? Let's get the exposure necessary in a medium that's not really been approached by crypto.
I love it. I love it. William, you have a really great vision. I hope to see some of that success come to light. Keep working hard for us, and your community will be here behind you. And don't forget, the name of the game is transparency. Always be transparent with your community. Never hold anything back.
Yeah, but well, I thank you for having me up here. Cool. I love you. I always have.
Appreciate it. I got love for you too, buddy. And if there's ever anything you need,
if you're not cool, you're just not doing it right.
There you go. All right, so let's go ahead and go on to this giveaway, because I know some of you guys have been waiting for that. So let me stop that one, and then let me pull up the wheel. All right. All right, can you see the wheel?
I can.
All right, perfect. So never mind my antivirus, guys. All right, so these are all the entries that I have here.
126 entries.
All right, so now give me a little bit of info on this giveaway. So I believe there's going to be 3 different drawings, right?
4. So 4. You have, okay. Well, how many people are in the audience?
Right now we have 10.
Okay, all right. So I don't have to give no free money away, so that works out good. So we have a $200, which is the smallest. We can start with that. Then we're going to go to $300. 500 is the runner-up. 1,000 is the grand prize, all in 100xGems. I will actually send it out at current market prices at the wheel drawing.
Nice. Okay. All right, so here we go for the first one. All right, click to spin. Let's go. Good luck, everybody. Hey, that's not my wallet.
Right?
All right.
I'm taking pictures of it, so I have each one.
Oh, okay, cool. So there you go. I don't have to copy and paste anything. All right.
I got it.
Let me know when you're ready for the next one.
So that's $200 to that one. Well, wait a minute. We need to search that wallet.
That's right. Give me a second. Let me go ahead and copy. And I'll pull up Etherscan in just a second. Let me just get the wallet up. Right. All right, so we have 100xGems. Okay, so yeah, this one is good. Let me pull it up so you guys can see. Give me one quick second. So I'm gonna have to go back and forth through these screens.
I just want to keep it interesting.
Absolutely. So as you guys can see, we have in, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 actually buys. So there's no sales on this. So
perfect. That's what we love.
We got a winner.
Fantastic.
All right, perfect. So we'll move on to the next one. That's the first one. Congratulations, whoever that wallet holder is. I hope if you're live,
click remove for that. Click remove for that instance. Not all, just remove. Remove all of them, and some of them have multiple entries.
All right, so remove, right?
Correct.
All right, perfect.
All right, one's here we go. 300.
Next one's for 300, guys. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. There you go. Whoever that is, congratulations, guys. Now let's wait. No congratulations yet. Man, I'm over here jumping the gun. All right. Let's see. All right, and give me 1 second. Stop screen, present. There has to be an easier way, but I'll figure it out. Jumping from screen to screen. But okay, so here we go. We have Uniswap V2, 6 days, 19 hours ago, their initial buy. And nothing but in. There you go. We got a second
Well-deserved
winner.
winner.
Let's
300
go.
bucks. Fantastic.
Man, $300, guys, for just buying some crypto, but investing in your future. You guys got $300. Public shaming. All right, guys. Is this a Tom Icy? No, I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding. All right. So to the next one. Let me stop this one. Present. All right. Here we go. Remove. 1, 2, 3. Good luck, everybody.
$500 right here.
Nice. All right, so let's copy and paste this one. Let's see what this one's all about. Actually, this is the same winner.
That's why you only remove one. They got multiple entries.
Wow.
Good for them.
So yeah, good for them. This is the same. This is the same wallet, guys. And then just so you guys see, I'm gonna pull it up. Same wallet, as you guys can see, the 0x275EB1 ending in 47B. I'll still pull it up just so you guys can see, but I had removed it either way. Wait, let's present. There you go, same wallet.
Yeah, that's awesome. I
right
love
here,
it.
47B.
I mean, multiple buys, no sells. Happy
this
to
is
give
a good
money.
example, man. This is a good example of you can win more than once. All right, and then we got one more, right?
$1,000 right here, baby.
All right, let me share my screen so you guys can see that I am removing it. All right, so remove. There you go. All right, one more. Let's go. Good luck, everybody.
1,000, baby.
Nice.
Let's check this wallet out.
All right.
The DO5E, they've got multiple buys too. I think they got like a couple half ETH buys in there. I know because I spent like hours going over all these. I didn't check them for sales though.
Okay, so yeah, no, this is a good wallet. Let me share it, just so you guys can see. And there you have it. No sales, nothing but buys.
Fantastic. Congratulations, everybody. It's been my pleasure. I'll get you guys' money out today. You're not going to have to wait on it. I'll send it out today.
Nice. Well, William, I want to thank you so much for spending some time here with us at the Cool Crypto Show. Obviously, I haven't been as active in the past couple months because, I've been taking a little break for myself from crypto.
Been there, done that. Need a break sometimes.
From live streaming and all that stuff. Need a break. Got to invest in yourself a little bit. So, man, I just want to say I'm here for the community. We'll be collaborating. Obviously, I want to get with you on a personal level more so that we can continue bringing information out to the investors, kind of just giving them updates on what's happening. That way we can focus on growing the community. So you're going to be hearing from me definitely, and I hope to hear from you as well. Everybody from the community, just subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like the video, share it. But other than that, I mean, that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. Well, what do you got, William? What do you got for your community?
We're going to start something new. I mean, the 10th, we got marketing starting from CoinTiger. They've got a whole campaign starting on Monday. Tuesday, we got CoinTiger launching. And this is going to keep on pushing until we get there.
No problem. Absolutely. And thank you for being here on the show. Thank you, everybody who came by to give us a couple comments and give us their input on what they think for the project. But other than that, man, you guys already know the deal. Everybody out there, stay cool.
Stay cool.
There you go. All right, guys.
Love it.